Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. I'm Jack.
And I'm Jenny. We are so happy you're here hanging out with us today. Whether you're commuting, doing the dishes, or just taking a well-deserved break, we've got something special for you.
You know, Jenny, I was thinking about this earlier. A lot of learners feel like they hit a wall, right? They feel like I know the grammar rules, but when I open my mouth, everything just flies away.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. It's like the brain freeze of English. You're standing there, someone asks you a question, and your brain just decides to take a vacation.
Exactly. And today we're talking about how to fix that. We're diving into the self-correction discipline. It sounds a bit formal, doesn't it?
It does sound a bit like a university lecture, but actually, it's the secret to moving from studying English to just living it. It's about how to catch your own grammar mistakes while you're speaking, even when you're all by yourself.
Why is this useful? Because honestly, most of us don't have a personal tutor following us around 24/7, correcting our every move.
And who would want that? That sounds exhausting. Imagine someone saying, "No, that's the wrong preposition," while you're just trying to order a coffee.
I'd probably just stop talking forever.
Exactly. So today is about empowering you to be your own guide. We're going to talk about real-time monitoring and how to build that internal self-correction loop so you can improve your syntactic accuracy without feeling stressed.
It's basically about becoming a detective of your own speech.
Ooh, I like that. The grammar detective.
Yes, and don't worry, we're going to make this super relatable. No textbooks here, just two friends chatting about how to actually get better at speaking English naturally.
So settle in, grab your favorite drink. Let's talk about how you can start hearing your own errors and why that's actually a sign that you're becoming an advanced speaker.
You know, Jenny, I remember when I was learning my second language, the first time I caught myself making a mistake mid-sentence, I felt embarrassed. I almost wanted to stop talking.
Really? I feel the opposite. When I catch a mistake, I feel proud. It means my brain is finally working faster than my mouth.
Well, look at you. That's a great way to reframe it. But for a lot of our listeners, that moment feels awkward. It feels like, oh no, I'm being judged.
But nobody is judging you. They're too busy worrying about their own sentences. See, grammatical precision isn't about being perfect. It's about clarity. It's about making sure the person in front of you understands exactly what you mean.
That's a huge distinction. Syntactic accuracy, which is just a fancy way of saying your words are in the right order, helps the meaning land correctly. If the order is a mess, the meaning gets lost in the mail.
Lost in the mail. I love that.
So how do we start? How do we build this self-correction loop? I think it starts with slowing down.
Definitely. When we speak in our native language, we go fast because we're comfortable. But when we're learning, we try to go fast because we want to sound fluent.
Yes, and that's where the errors happen. You trip over your own tongue.
So, Jack, what's the first step for someone sitting in their room talking to themselves? Because let's be honest, we all talk to ourselves.
I talk to my dog. Does that count?
Your dog is the perfect listener. He never corrects your grammar.
True. But okay, if you're practicing alone, the first step is to record yourself. I know, everyone hates the sound of their own voice. I hate mine too.
Oh, me too. It sounds so different than I think it does in my head.
It does. But listening to that recording is how you develop error tracking. You're not listening to judge. You're listening like a coach. You might say, "Oh, I said he go," instead of he goes.
Exactly. It's not about being hard on yourself. It's just noticing the pattern.
Exactly, and that's the beginning of the self-correction loop. You notice it, you pause, you fix it, and your brain records the correct version.
It's like a muscle. The more you notice, the stronger the connection becomes.
Exactly. Let's talk more about how to do this while you're actually out in the world, not just at home. How do you maintain grammatical precision when you're nervous or in a rush?
That's the hard part, isn't it? When the pressure's on.
What do you do, Jenny, when you feel like you're rambling or making a bunch of mistakes?
I've learned to use filler phrases as a way to buy time for my brain to catch up. Like, instead of rushing, I'll say, wait, let me rephrase that. Or, what I really mean to say is...
That is such a pro move. It shows confidence. It tells the listener I care about being clear rather than I'm struggling.
Exactly. It turns a mistake into a thoughtful correction. And honestly, native speakers do that all the time. Nobody speaks in perfectly polished textbook sentences. We change our minds halfway through a sentence, we fix our verbs, we stumble.
You know, that reminds me of a conversation I had with a friend last week. She was apologizing for her English, saying, "Oh, I make so many mistakes." And I told her, every time you correct yourself, you're actually showing how advanced your awareness is.
Oh, I love that perspective. Beginners usually don't even know they made a mistake. If you catch it, even if you catch it 2 seconds later, it means your internal monitor is working.
That's the core of real-time monitoring. It's training your brain to listen to your own voice while you're speaking, almost like you're sitting slightly outside of yourself.
Isn't that exhausting at first, though? Trying to talk and listen to yourself at the same time?
Oh, totally. The first few times you try it, your brain feels like a computer with 50 open browser tabs. You freeze up, you forget what you were saying, and you want to give up.
Okay, brain, close some tabs, please. Too many windows open.
Exactly. But just like anything else, it gets easier with practice. You start doing it subconsciously. Instead of a huge mental effort, it becomes a tiny background check.
So how do we train for that without feeling overwhelmed? If someone is sitting at home right now, what's a practical exercise they can do today?
Great question. Try the monologue method. Pick a random topic, literally anything, like why I love coffee or my favorite childhood memory, and set a timer for 2 minutes.
And just talk out loud to yourself?
Yes, but here's the catch. Every time you catch yourself making a grammar slip, like using the wrong past tense or messing up a preposition, you don't just keep going. You stop, say, hold on, let me fix that, correct it, and then continue.
Oh, I love that exercise because it removes the pressure of an actual conversation. There's no judgment, no one waiting for an answer. You can just focus entirely on your own syntactic accuracy.
Exactly. And over time, you build up that muscle memory. Your mouth gets used to saying the correct form, and your brain gets faster at catching the error before it even comes out.
You know, Jack, I think a lot of learners confuse making mistakes with failure, but mistakes are just data. They tell you, my brain is still figuring out this pattern.
Beautifully said. Mistakes are proof that you're trying. If you never make a mistake, you're probably staying inside your comfort zone and you're not growing.
Which brings us right back to our favorite part of the episode.
Ah, yes, the part where our brains get to digest all these great concepts and put some shiny new vocabulary labels on them. Ready to dive into the word bank, Jenny?
Oh, you know I am. Let's break down the exact tools our listeners can use to master this.
Perfect. Let's jump straight into it. We've thrown around some pretty cool terms today, and I want to make sure everyone feels super comfortable using them. Word number 1, real-time monitoring.
Ooh, I love this one. What does it actually mean for a learner? It sounds very high-tech, like a computer program.
It does, but it's really just your brain's ability to pay attention to what you're saying while you're saying it, rather than realizing your mistake 5 minutes after the conversation is over.
Right, like driving a car and checking your mirrors. You aren't staring at the mirror the whole time, but you're aware of what's happening around you. Here's a quick example. With good real-time monitoring, you can catch a wrong verb tense before the other person even looks confused.
Exactly, and that brings us right to our second concept, the self-correction loop.
Now, why do we call it a loop, Jack? Is it like a roller coaster?
Only if it's a bumpy one. No, it's a loop because it's a continuous cycle. You speak, you notice an error, you pause to fix it, and your brain logs the correct pattern for next time. It loops around and makes you better every time you do it.
Oh, I love that. It's a circle of improvement. Here's how you can use it. Building a strong self-correction loop takes patience, but it stops you from repeating the same grammar mistakes over and over.
Yes, because if you never loop back to fix it, your brain just assumes that incorrect sentence was totally fine.
Which leads us straight to number 3, syntactic accuracy. Okay, let's demystify this big phrase because it sounds scary.
It really does. Professors love words like syntactic accuracy, but all it means is putting your words in the right order so the sentence makes sense.
Exactly. In English, word order is everything. Cat the chased dog the means nothing, right? But the dog chased the cat has high syntactic accuracy.
Perfect explanation. Here's another example. You don't need to speak like a dictionary, but focusing a little on syntactical accuracy helps your listener understand your story much faster.
It's like clearing the fog off a window. When your word order is clean, people can actually see your thoughts.
Ooh, I love that imagery. The window wiper. Now, our fourth term is all about precision, grammatical precision.
How is that different from syntactical accuracy? People always mix those up.
Good question. Syntactical accuracy is mostly about where the words go, the structure. Grammatical precision is about using the exact right tool for the job, like choosing the correct past tense verb, the right preposition, or singular versus plural.
Ah, I see. It's like the difference between building the frame of a house, that's syntax, and putting the right doorknob on the door, that's precision.
What a great analogy. I'm still in that one. Here's an example sentence. She spoke with great grammatical precision, making sure her dates and times were completely clear during the presentation.
Beautiful. And that brings us to our 5th and final term for today, error tracking.
This one is my favorite because it feels like being a detective. Error tracking is just keeping a mental or physical note of the mistakes you make most often.
Like keeping a little notebook of your favorite grammar traps.
Exactly. If you notice you always drop the S on third-person verbs when you talk fast, you track that habit. Once you see your patterns, they stop surprising you.
Here's an example. By doing regular error tracking through voice recordings, Mark figured out why he always struggled with past modals.
Look at us. We just unpacked 5 advanced concepts and made them totally usable. Let's do a super quick lightning review so our listeners can lock them in.
Let's do it. Real-time monitoring, listening to your own speech as you talk. Self-correction loop, the cycle of catching, fixing, and learning from your slip-ups.
Syntactical accuracy, putting your words in the right, understandable order.
Grammatical precision, using the exact right forms like tenses and prepositions.
Error tracking, noticing your personal patterns so you can improve over time. You guys did amazing listening today. Remember, you don't need a classroom or a strict teacher to get better at English. You just need curiosity, a little bit of patience with yourself, and the willingness to be your own guide.
Exactly. Stop aiming for impossible perfection. Aim for connection. Embrace your self-correction loop and let your real voice shine through.
We're out of time for today, but we'll be back next week with another cozy real-life conversation. Until then, keep practicing, keep speaking, and take care of yourselves.
Bye, everyone. Keep growing.